For these two Midwest squads, the national playoff journey kicks off today. They've both been exemplary with not a single loss between them, but one club in particular has gone through the regular season in especially dominant fashion. We'll see if their dominance continues in a pressure situation this afternoon. Good afternoon to you all, and welcome to this presentation of the UPSL National Playoffs on Vader Media. Today we have the treat of taking in an undefeated battle between Sporting Wichita FC and Minneapolis City SC in the national round of 32. My name is Danny Gatula, and it's a pleasure to bring you live coverage of today's playoff match here on Vader Media. As mentioned, it's the opening round, the round of 32. A few teams have already played this round and are actually moving on to the round of 16 today and tomorrow. But here in the Midwest, as you can see in front of you, we've got the round of 32 up first. Later on tonight, the winner of these two will find out who they play in the round of 16. It'll either be Total 90 Football Academy or Defeaters Kicks SC, who made a pretty deep run a season ago in fall of 2022. But when you look at this matchup in particular, both of these sides are highly skilled, especially on the defensive end. The two of them combined in their 20 matches in the regular season conceded a total of 11 goals, only 4 of those coming from Sporting Wichita. They are the joint best defensive unit in the league with those 4 conceded goals on the year. Of course, 7 isn't too shabby from Minneapolis City's perspective either. As you can see, the setting today is UMKC, the University of Missouri at Kansas City. It's their central campus where their Roos, as they're known, the university soccer team there, plays their home matches. That'll start back up again in August. And today, of course, we've got UPSL playoff action, which will come to a head over in Loudoun in Virginia, just outside of D.C., where Loudoun United call home Segra Field, to be exact. That's in about a month from now, and both these teams are still dreaming of that being their end goal in spring 2023. Of course, they've still got quite a bit of work to do until then. Both these teams with an equal record in the regular season. Sporting Wichita coming out of Wichita, Kansas in the Midwest South Division. 8 wins, 2 draws, no losses, 26 points, and get this, a positive 44 goal difference. They, again, only conceded 4 all year long, and then were able to score 48. They've had a fantastic season on both sides of the ball. At the helm for Sporting Wichita, who today will officially be the home side, although it's a neutral venue, Wichita is led by Rui Vaz, the Sao Paulo native. He's brought a lot of fellow Sao Paulo natives with him to this squad, the head coach of Cowley College. But let's go ahead and give you the starters for Minneapolis City SC, the Futures program as they're known. This is the starting lineup. It looks like we'll have Daniel Linder, the number 61, in goal. Some pretty peculiar numbers today across the board. On the back line, it looks like 3 natural defenders, so we'll assume it's a 3-back lineup. Rigo Arellano, Noah Hermanson, and Mason Gilliand are those 3 central defenders. Carlos Robles should hold the defensive midfield role. Griffin Price and Jonathan Bayer will join him in a midfield triangle. And up front, it'll be Thomas Mena and Zach Susi, a very experienced MPLS player on that left wing. And up top, we're expecting the number 9 today to be Carter Hermanson, who, of course, will not wear the number 9. He will wear the number 55. Hermanson, you notice twice, those are twin brothers who play at St. John's University nearby in the Minneapolis-St. Paul area, and they will both feature on opposite ends of this starting lineup for the Crows. Then we look at things on the other side for, again, the home team on paper, Sporting Wichita. In goal, we'll have the number 25, Rafael Ferreira, as the starting graphic should be on its way as well. On the back line, it's a more traditional 4-back lineup. Manaka Sato and Hireto Gondo are 2 Japanese outside defenders. They should occupy the left and right side, respectively. In central defense, Pedro Arcoverde and Gabriela Tienza are both Brazilians from Sao Paulo, who will feature as well. All 4 of them, actually 3 of the 4, I should say, with the exception of Sato, have featured for Cowley College, where Rui Vaz is also the head coach at the college level. Gabriel Verona is the defensive midfielder, another Brazilian and another Cowley grad. Tommy Fizzle is the first ever club signing for Sporting Wichita. He features today in attacking midfield. Leon Tori will join him as a D1 player, highly touted from Charlotte via St. John's in New York. Yuki Sekiguchi is another Japanese player on the right wing. On the left, he's joined by Guilherme Fontes from Sao Paulo, Brazil. And then up top, it's Alfie Pope from London, England, a grad student who has just transferred in to the Creighton Blue Jays in Omaha, Nebraska. So a few more highly touted players, a few more D1 level guys, and a lot of continuity, especially on the back line. But throughout this team, with the Cali influence from Rui Vaz, the head coach, this is a Sporting Wichita team that you look at, and they kind of have everything, especially at this UPSL level. You've got a couple of players with that just next level ability, that next level talent, and then you've got a lot of continuity with players playing at the same school, knowing each other well, knowing the coaching staff well. It seems like Sporting Wichita has all of the components they need, but at the same time, this is a Minneapolis City SC team who has found their way all the way to the national quarterfinals just a couple of seasons ago. They have never failed to make the playoffs in a UPSL season up until now, and they've certainly got the chops to make it beyond this first round. This is where they said goodbye to their spring 22 season, the last season that they played, and so they'll be hoping to have a little bit more success on this occasion in spring 2023. With that, we're just about ready to get things going. Again, it's Minneapolis City. They'll occupy the left side of the scoreboard to your top left, and they'll move from right to left in their white with black shorts and white socks and trim. Then for Sporting Wichita, they'll have their navy with light blue trim. And that just about gets us set here at the home of the Roos, UMKC's home soccer stadium, known as Durwood Stadium to be exact, here in Kansas City, Missouri. It's about 20 minutes south of downtown. We're waiting who exactly will kick us off and get us going for these next 90 minutes to determine who moves on to the round of 16 in this side of the Midwest bracket. The UPSL National Playoffs, always a treat, and it'll only keep getting better as the rounds keep going. And it looks like it will be Minneapolis City to get us going. They've got it in the center circle. And with two sides being so defensively strong, it'll be interesting to see how many risks each side takes in the attacking third in that phase of the game. That could really make the difference today. Two talented teams, only one can go through. We're underway, 90 minutes away from figuring out who that team will be. Welcome in to live presentation of Vader Media UPSL National Playoff Soccer with myself, Danny Katsula. Glad you're with us. Early touch for Linder in between the sticks for Minneapolis. He's in forest green today. Maybe a chance for a spell of possession for the Crows. On the ball is Hermanson. He'll move it out left. 47, that is Susi. Susi's been with this Minneapolis City team at a variety of levels. Minneapolis City goes as high as USL League 2. That's their first team. Used to play in NPSL. They were a mainstay there. Made the move to the USL League system. And they play in the Deep North Division now. Give away of possession, and it looks like a foul. It will be. Good decision from the referee early on. And that'll lead to a free kick for Sporting Wichita. A lot of the reason why they defend so well is one of those situations where you use attack to help you defend a little bit more consistently. They love possession. Here's a great ball through. And is it onside? It is not. At the end of things, they will blow the whistle and bring this one back, but it was a really nice searching ball. And that is the type of attacking intent, the type of possession, but positive possession that we can expect from this Sporting Wichita side. That is not the last time you'll see a through ball between the center backs, especially with three at the back line where it seems to be shaping up that way. Of course, it could change. But with that type of defensive setup, it can be difficult to defend a team like Wichita the way they like to break through lines and beat you with their passing. On the ball here with some nice passing is Hermanson, who's playing a little bit more forward than he typically would. Laid out left to Griffin Price. Still in high school, Price is. Talent and experience beyond his years with the Minneapolis City youth program, and also has represented the Minnesota United Youth Academy. Of course, Minnesota United being the MLS side representing the MSP area, Twin Cities, if you will. Ooh, some heavy contact after a little bit over-eager of some pressure in the attacking third. You'll just see this chase down by Carter Hermanson, and just catches the Wichita player a little bit more harshly than he would have liked. So no shortage of energy, no shortage of physicality. A couple of early fouls, both going the way of Sporting Wichita. Wichita, by the way, an affiliate academy of Sporting Kansas City. That's where they get the name from. Started in 2002 as Wichita Rojos, and they are now, since 2014, almost a decade now, part of the Sporting Kansas City Academy Network. The 11th club to be named as part of the SKC program. And they're on the ball now. It's patient at the moment. Atienza will play it back. Moved out wide from Arco Verde. Arco Verde, one of the many Sao Paulo natives. Just signed with Missouri State. He's on their roster for the 2023 season. Big move from him after playing at the community college level with Cowley. And down the left side, could something come of this? It's a good ball into the middle. The low effort was dealt with well by the Minneapolis City back line. But they've got work to do to clear it away fully. They will do so. A bit of a slip on the turf pitch. But they'll keep possession, will the Crows. That's a nice little touch. Is this offside? It is, just by a hair. We saw it nicely from our angle. We'll see it one more time. But if Sporting Wichita's impetus is to hold possession and find their moments to get forward with incisive passing, Minneapolis will probably like to go a little bit more quickly. They love to keep things on the ground. We've already seen it in these opening 3 or 4 minutes. They can go through the air as well, but they don't quite have the same height, maybe not the same physicality as Sporting Wichita have, at least in that defensive area of the pitch. Some pretty big center backs in Atienza and Arco Verde. Even up to Manaka Sato and Hideto Gondo. Some pretty big outside backs as well. Be a tough task to ask the forwards to win balls in the air on too many occasions. And at number 5, here's Wichita. Working their way into the game. A flank potential for a cross. It comes in, back post. And could this result in a shot? Holding up the play was Pope, but he just couldn't get the shot off. Really nicely defended by Minneapolis on that occasion. Atienza will play it back to Arco Verde, his fellow Brazilian. Verona out to the left. You'll see it again, Gabriel Verona from Santa Catarina, Brazil. Again, Verona. They'll play it through to Sato. Out right now to Gondo. Gondo really likes to find joy on that right side especially, but he can play on either side. Very versatile defender. He'll receive a foul that time after, again, another heavy clash from Minneapolis City. Maybe don't have the same physical specimen, the same stats that Sporting Wichita do on paper, but they are certainly bringing the physicality to this game. And none of it feels purposeful or cynical either. It's just a real serious desire to get on the ball, to get Sporting Wichita off of the ball, of course. And this time, for the 3rd time in 6 minutes, the result in his Sporting Wichita free kick. No fouls against Wichita up until now. And if memory serves, 1 offside flag apiece. So here's a chance for Guilherme Fontes, one of the other Sao Paulo men, 5'7", 175, sophomore winger at Wingate College. This is a place where you could go for goal from here, just try to lace it into a corner. But the way he's lined up, looks like he'll try to pass it in. He will do so. Back posts. And nothing doing on the headed attempt. But Sporting Wichita won't let them break out. The pressure's won them the ball back. Hope will move it out right. Gondo moved it a little bit more defensively to Tommy Fizzo. We mentioned before, the first ever signing for this club. Played with Ka Valley FC before that. 5'9", 155 attacking midfielder who can play a more holding role as well in the center of the park. He's from here in Wichita, has got some family ties as well on the coaching staff of this Sporting Wichita team. That one will go out of play and won't take a touch. So it will be a Minneapolis City goal kick. Yeah, Fizzle's one of those guys who's had a presence on this team from the very first moment back in 2021, the spring season. That's when both these teams joined the UPSL. Minneapolis City had already been a part of NPSL for many years. They added a second National Adult League team for their Futures program. That's their youth academy. And they keep things very local. You'll notice as you look at this Minneapolis roster that it's all guys from Minnesota. Either they go to Minnesota schools or they were born and raised in the state. Even better by their line of thinking if they're from the Minneapolis-St. Paul area that the Crows call home. And what could they do here? It's a great ball through. It's just a little bit too long. But you saw the idea. A really nice run as well from Jonathan Bayer in attacking midfield. See him just kind of creep forward. He senses that space, sees it, and he's onside as well. Not a bad idea at all. Both teams proving their identities, their attacking styles within the first 10 minutes. You get the feeling we're in for a very exciting one as things get closer to the 90-minute mark. Now left, it's Hermanson. This one played forward and running in to try and enter the box is Susi. Did for a moment, played it back into the center of the box. Could a shot come here? No, it's excellent defending. Sporting Wichita will get out of jail after some fantastic work from Marco Verde, and now we'll see another foul against Minneapolis. They are very eager to get their hands, get their bodies on players. Yeah, and that one, I don't think that he was ever really going to get there, was he? Did not look particularly likely of an outcome. Behind the ball from the very first moment. So Wichita are back underway, and again, they've got this patient play that they can fall back into. But you look at their vision. They take a first touch and they look, and that's the pass that they really want. They'll play it out wide. Is it too long? No, it will be corralled over here in the right corner by Fontes. They'll play it to the top of the box, 30 yards from goal, getting there first. A really nice intervention, that time from Griffin Price. And so Minneapolis City will try and counter. Do so quickly as always. Susie for Hermanson. Noah Hermanson, to be clear. Carter is the one up top. Nathan Gilliland, who's wearing 37, plays it back to Daniel Linder. Out to the right. There does appear to be space for City when they switch the play like they did on that occasion, but Sporting Wichita proving that 4-goal conceded mark is not a fluke at all. Fully deserved. Only 6 teams, one of the smaller divisions in the UPSL nationally. That's the Midwest South. And Sporting Wichita, just like Minneapolis City, neither team has ever finished below second in their division. This is the 3rd season for both of them. They've both mostly taken fall seasons off here in the UPSL. But now, here comes Hermanson. Noah Hermanson from Minneapolis. He'll play it to the top of the box. Not the ideal first touch, but still in possession for the boys in white. Looking for a cross. Well, one does come in, but it was not what he would have been hoping for. So Minneapolis continued to knock on the door. You see how it happened one more time. They're just the first to every ball, whether they're winning the ball back or running into a Wichita player. Their energy is very impressive. And it was that one first touch that if it would have been corralled a bit better, maybe it could have stayed in the center of the park. Probably the best opportunity from that chance. But instead they will leave it a bit begging, and so that will leave Wichita with a goal kick. Minute 12 in this one, no score. As we mentioned, Wichita have had a lot of success from the very first moment. Their inaugural season finished second. It was spring 21, then in spring 22. They did the same, finished second in the league. In 21, it was behind Des Moines United FC, and then in 22, they fell just short against Dodge City Toros, who that year went very, very far, all the way to the Final Four of the UPSL National Playoffs. And then this season in spring 23, they finally broke that streak and were able to win the division. No losses. Finished just above Wichita. They're in-city rivals. Great ball through. Is it onside? It won't matter. It's a really nice job by Linder to grab that one from his goalkeeper position. And he will throw it out wide to the touchline. Important place to keep possession for City in their own half, and will just about do it. They went on that far side. Trying to switch it, I think, was Tomas Mena. Couldn't quite do it, and I will see another set piece in favor of Wichita. So the physicality continues from Minneapolis City. Seems like a clear emphasis from their coaching staff. Jeremiah Johnson, by the way, the manager of Minneapolis City, the future side, graduated from University of Wisconsin at Eau Claire, just across the Minnesota border, in 1999. Big marketing background. Actually runs his own marketing firm, does Johnson, with a bit of a play on words with his soccer experience as well. Touchline marketing, it's called. Eli Baker and Brendan Doyle joined Eric Johnson and John Pucci, by the way, on that staff. And now we'll see the first yellow card of this match. It will go to the youngster wearing number 52. It's Griffin Price out of Hopkins High School. And you see why. The intent was always to win the ball and play it back to a teammate, but that's not how it came off. And I think the referee just got a bit tired of all of the fouls continually. That can't happen with an entire team. Of course, with a player, you can have consistent or persistent infringement, I should say. But at times you'll see it with the team in general. That's with the 6th or 7th foul. Now I've lost count. So 15th minute, Wichita doesn't try anything particularly inventive. They'll just hold on to possession in this attacking area. What could they put together here? Arcoverde plays it out wide to Sato. That one's intercepted. Sato tried to put it in the box, but Wichita win it right back. It's so difficult to take off of possession in these moments. It usually takes one of their own mistakes. This one played forward. Nearly was such a mistake, but picked up by Funches. Arcoverde plays it to Sato. He'll switch the play, and that runs right into Griffin Price, not the intended pass. And coming the other way, a huge challenge. This will be the first foul, and it'll also be the first booking on Wichita's side of things. A deserved yellow card because Hermanson was headed the other way in a hurry. How about that little back heel? Very clever and a nice touch around Arcoverde. Center back had no other choice but to take down his opponent. So 16th minute, each team has received a booking. Arcoverde, the most recent one to go into the book. You see confirmation on your screen of that for Sporting Wichita. And the plot continues to slowly thicken a bit. Both teams really taking this game by the scruff of the neck, not holding back with a whole lot. Ooh, a really clever attempt at a nutmeg. I think he was prepared for it that time, was Rion Tori. Quite a few Japanese players on this Wichita roster. There's a bad giveaway, and once can play it forward, he's intercepted nicely. But Rion Tori, as I was mentioning, maybe the most highly touted player among these 22 on the field at the moment. One of the more well-regarded and high-quality names in this entire league. 5'9" central midfielder. He's transferred to Charlotte. It's going to be a pretty impact player for them if things go to plan for him and for the 49ers. Transferred in after a few years at St. John's in New Jersey. And I think goalkeeper Daniel Linder has not been able to keep this one in play, so that would lead to a corner kick. I think that's what we've got here. So out of almost nothing, a random chance for Sporting Wichita on the set piece with this corner kick to create something. Over to take it, looks like Hideto Gondo, Fukuoka, Japan native. Known for his leadership on this team. He'll play it in, and that was not a great cross, but a botched clearance will give him another chance. It was cleared away by Mason Gillian, who did the job, but at the same time, he'd still have work to do. So another corner to come in from Gondo. This time it's higher in the air, and it's tantalizing. Back post. And that was not the effort that was required. Cody was the one who had it at the back post and had a chance to send it back into a teammate. Couldn't make the most of it. So here's Linder. Just continue to inch forward. They'll give that one away. Headed back into danger by Sporting Wichita. This one played backwards nicely. And seeing it again is Tyler Beaupre. Susi will let it go. Nice little dummy. And down this left side, could they create something from it? On the run to try to chase it down was Carter Hermanson. Couldn't quite get there on time. There's the captain, Fizzle, who gets a touch for a brief moment. Sato played it to Atienza, who now finds Arco Verde. Sato actually having a homecoming today. He plays for the Roos of UMKC. This is his home stadium on the college side of things as well. Sliding interception, working hard to keep it in possession. That's really nicely done by Minneapolis City defensively. Great effort in defensive midfield. I think it was Carlos Robles. Minneapolis native, but has Ecuadorian heritage. Played outright, kept in play on a header, but won back almost instantly by Wichita. Good square pass. Now it's played up the line. It's intercepted. Cleared away long. And Wichita will have to start this attack over again. Goes all the way to the last line of defense. Pereira out left. Across midfield with this pass. Another crunching challenge. This will be another free kick for Sporting Wichita. You'll see it one more time. Again, this is one that, I think really, realistically, he's fortunate not to receive the second yellow card for his team of the day. Because for me, I don't think he's ever really going to get there. He's behind the player in front of him, and I don't think I've ever seen somebody slide through a player legally. Top of the box, laid off. Tori out wide. Gondo. Great cross in, and waiting for it was Pope. He was ready to pounce on it, but it was just touched away in the nick of time from a Minneapolis City perspective. Advantage play. There was a foul in the buildup. Here's a shot, and it's a beautiful finish. My goodness, that's fantastic from the skipper. The first ever man to sign the paper for Wichita has put them in front 1-0. Tommy Fizzle. He launches this into the back of the net. Great job by a teammate to win the ball back. Excellent work from Gondo, and then Fizzle just picks it up and knows exactly what to do. He keeps it down as well. It's so easy from that distance. And with that much power behind it to blast it over the bar, he actually skips it in. Puts it off the turf. Fantastic work from Fizzle. And that's deservedly got Wichita ahead. Exactly the moment of quality that it was going to take to change the scoreline between these two and break the deadlock. Now the deadlock's been broken, and the way the rest of this first half goes could change significantly. That's a fantastic finish from Tommy Fizzle. A club legend already at this point. And that's just another chapter in his impressive story with this side. Fizzle will get another touch. That one's out wide, and He really hadn't had much of an impact, at least on the ball in the game up until then. Fairly quiet first 20 minutes for the captain. But that moment has been easily the most important of this match so far. Wichita, in the meantime, will look for more. On this left side, not a whole lot doing. Try and switch and try again. Sato. It's the Funch. Back where it came from, Sato. Sato, very technical for a defender. Known for how well he can pass the ball, great distributor. Really allows Wichita to build out of the back, especially on that right side. You'll see it again. Improving the point. Gets it to Funch again. And it's really patient now from Wichita. They've got their goal. They're ahead by 1. Can really start to draw Minneapolis out a bit more. Atienza will move it out right. Again, it's Sato. Arcover. Verona. Fizzle comes back and gets a touch. Arcover. Lifts it up to the left. Headed away for now. Still in the area, though. Big frame of Alfie Pope was creating a problem. Oh, and now 2 players clashed into each other from the same team. A couple of Minneapolis City teammates will give the ball back to Sporting Wichita by virtue of that accident. Sato. Guillermo Funch will play it centrally to Atienza. Atienza out right. Funch has it again. This little run here. But Hermanson, a nice recovery run to track back and win it. Now Zach Susi. Good touch forward. One of those players who has a good bit of skill but knows where that skill kind of runs out and when it's best to give it to a teammate, and that was a good example of it. He made the one move to get forward but doesn't try 2 or 3 more to beat 2 or 3 more players. You see that a lot on the wing. Susi, a very intelligent player. And Minneapolis City now have a chance to possess. There's a lot of pressure right now from Wichita. They'll pass out of it for now. But they'll lose it here. In the attacking third, here come Wichita again. Great sliding challenge, and it was fair on this occasion. Noah Hermanson will clear it away. Midfield is moved out left to Susi. Hermanson again. Now it's Beaupre. Beaupre slips for a moment. He'll pick it back up in time to clear it away, but can't find the teammate he was looking for. That was Noah Hermanson. So a throw-in will come at about midfield. Once we'll play it backwards. So I'm in, I've seen a lot of the ball, Sato. And right now it's just simple, patient possession for Sporting Wichita. No need for anything more difficult or complicated than that. Arcover. Again. Arcover, one of those players who signed. He's one of 5 for Cali, all of which are featuring this summer for Sporting Wichita. 5 players on that Cali roster who signed Division I letters of intent. Not yet on the Missouri State roster for the Bears in Division I, but he did make that signing and that move. This one cleared away by Minneapolis safely. So a chance for Sporting Wichita. Owen is quick in coming. Here's Verona for Atienza. All played through. Pope was trying to run onto it, but claimed first by Daniel Linder. Linder goes to Carleton College. This is Tom Brady and Manuel Neuer, the German goalkeeper, of course, for Bayern Munich, as a couple of his sporting idols. Big fan of FIFA, too, the video game. Also really loves corn dogs. Does the goalkeeper, Daniel Linder. Of course, he's just conceded the one goal up until now, the one goal that separates these two sides. Hard to blame Linder for that one. A really nice finish from far out, 30 yards easily. From the captain on the other side, Tommy Fissel. Now it's been Minneapolis just trying to relieve pressure and struggling to do so. Hermanson will run back and grab this before it leaves the field of play. Beaupre. Linder. Moves it out right in the air. That was exactly what they needed. And it'll be a free kick as well, which definitely serves City. No card on this occasion. Seems like a good call. Linder, really nice distribution that time. High enough to beat the players in front of him, but short enough still for a player to get onto it. A bit controlled. And so Carlos Robles, 5'8" sophomore, representing Gustavus Adolphus College. He is over the ball and he just sent it backwards. Beaupre back for Linder. Beaupre off the knee. He'll carry it forward. Play it through the air, headed back the other direction by Wichita. Couple of nice touches, and could it be away here? A chance for goal number 2. Still holding on to it is Tori. He'll move it out wide. Once kept it in. This is really nice work on the wing. Can he put it in the center? He couldn't quite, just didn't have the opening he was looking for. And sliding it out for a corner kick was Beaupre. So Minneapolis City do just enough, but here at the half-hour mark, they've got a bit more to do if they're going to keep from going down a second goal. It'll be Rion Tori from Osaka. Played for Cerezo Osaka, U18 and U21 sides. Plays this one in. The header is just stopped by Linder. Fantastic save. That's an inch-perfect cross and a really nice effort on the head from there. See it one more time. He knew exactly where he wanted this to go, Tori. And a really nice header to generate power behind it as you're falling away. That's so difficult to do. Inch perfect as well. Next cross comes in, and this is dangerous as well. But it's cleared away nicely by Minneapolis. And now could they break? Susi wants to go. He is beaten off of the ball by Tommy Fissel, who's now had important interventions on both sides of this match. But it stays 1-0 after a really nice piece of goalkeeping from Linder. Now we're back to this patient period of play from Sporting Wichita. Sota has it. That was Verona, who's now on the back line. This is a pretty versatile back 5 or 6, including the defensive options in midfield. Gabriel Verona can play in that defensive midfield role, starting as the left back. Arco Verde can play out on the outsides as well. Soto Kondo can both play as center backs when required. This is Tori, who's on the back line for a moment. Soto will press forward to replace him. Into the corner. This is Kondo. Gets it in the middle. And Minneapolis had trouble for a moment with getting it away. But it was eventually dealt with, and here's a bad giveaway. Given away by Sato. But Hermanson couldn't quite do anything with it. City will start over. Beaupre into the center of midfield. Robles. His pass is intercepted, and there are numbers if they want to use them, but they're going to try to chip the keeper. Linder comes back and gets there in time. It's any goalkeeper's nightmare to see that ball high in the air, beating you with it, but Linder was just close enough to his goal to make sure that didn't happen. Interesting, too, because if they don't go with that chip attempt, I think they've got a much better chance at scoring. It's almost a 3v2 if they play their cards right. Instead, Wichita will more or less give away a chance. And this is given away even more literally. For a moment, it was Mena who had it. Let's see this one more time. The giveaway. Robles with a bad pass, and for midfield, I just don't know if you need to do that. Of course, it's a really nice effort, to be honest, on goal, and I think it is headed goalwards. You might as well try it, but I figure maybe you have a better chance if you work the ball in traditionally. Let's see if they do that this time. They've got another chance to do Wichita. And they'll take their time, as they've tended to do after that first goal went in. As a reminder, it was Tommy Fizzle with a beautiful finish from far away. Left side, here's Verona. Atienza for Soto. Atienza now. Verona has it. Would like to go centrally, but he can't. Nicely defended by Mena. Good passage of play now. Nice passing in the center of the park. Played out wide and a little bit too advanced was the pass from Zach Susi. Susi's represented this club at pretty much every level. He's from Plymouth, Minnesota. Sorry, from Shakopee, I should say. 5'8" sophomore left winger. Currently plies his trade as a sophomore at Washington University in St. Louis. Really well-regarded D2 school. The better academic schools in the country. At that D2 level, really high-quality athletic programs as well. That's interception by Beaupre that time to deal with the danger. But Susi, he's come up from the Futures Academy from before it had this UPSL outlet at the top of it. Played with the Academy. Then he did play with the UPSL side in 2021. In the regional final in 2021 when they made their run to the national quarterfinal. He was the one who scored to bring that match to penalty kicks. Susi's also represented the USL 2 side over the past 2 seasons. 2 goals and 3 assists for the Crows. And meanwhile, Sporting can continue to hold on to possession greedily. Atienza out left. Verona now. Arcoverde. Sato played it centrally. Nice little give and go for Gondo, horizontally. Nice ball through edge of the box, played back out. Fissel. Skips into the middle, nothing there. Boys in navy blue will try again. Fissel. Moved out left. Nice pass by Tori, who's again playing in a more defensive position for the moment. Atienza, we're pinging it back and forth at close range. Now it's Tori again. Arcoverde, maybe the only man on that back line who hasn't switched positions in this first half. Central cog in that defensive unit. Sato, Arcoverde. Played out wide by Atienza. And on the left wing, it's crossed into the middle. Not a bad idea from Yuki Sekiuchi. Another one of those Cowley players. Who's signed for a new club. He's headed for Tulsa. To play for the Golden Hurricane. This one, in the meantime, is out for a corner kick. And it would appear that Gondo is going to take it once again. Out there on that far side. 38th minute. In comes the cross. It's really nice. Headed back in the area, and it was a shot on goal in the end. Not sure if that was purposeful. But Daniel Linder, the 6'1" frame, will pick that one up. Keep it out of his goal. Second time he's had to make a decent save in this first half. Wichita have been piling on the pressure as the half has worn on. Here's a great ball through. It is offside, unfortunately, for the Crows. They continue to try and unlock what's such a difficult puzzle in the Sporting Wichita defense. Arcoerde has it. We'll play it out left for Verona. Arcoerde again. Touch from Fizzle, right back to him. Here's a bad giveaway, and this will be out of play. It would have been offside had it been picked up there in the attacking third by Tomas Mena. From Coon Rapids, Minnesota, 5'11 junior, plays for the Augsburg Augies. That's also the home of Minneapolis City at all their levels. They play at Eder Nelson Fields. They're in Minneapolis. Augsburg, a D3 school right near downtown. Stay in play on the far touchline. Nicely done by Wichita to keep it in. No potential for a bad giveaway. Instead, it's Fizzle. Lays it off. Into the center. Here's Story. He loses it. Really nicely defended by Minneapolis City. They held their positions. They were able to steal it away. Here's a great ball through. And aware to the danger were a couple of players for Wichita who were able to snuff it out, but Hermanson was not far away from being in. Ball goes back to Minneapolis City. Both teams stretching their legs, getting forward. Wichita back on it. We might see them go back to this. Quick passing. They will, but maybe with a bit more attacking intent this time. One's played back. Plenty of power by Atienza. Now it's Gabriel Verona. Fizzle plays it to Arcoerde. Fizzle has it again. Crosses midfield. Still with it. Couple more touches. Back to Arcoerde. Fizzle again. Just feels a bit too simple for Wichita right now to hold the ball in their own half and to break across midfield as well. They almost lull Minneapolis to sleep. This idea for a turn, but no one was there to receive it. Looks like maybe a handball here, but referee has said no. Verona. Arcoerde. Nice touch, and have we seen a foul there? Looks like we have. And, well, understandably, Noah Hermanson's not pleased, but he has given up the foul. We'll see it again on your screen, and it looks like he just kind of gets his body in the way of where once had a rightful space. So minute 42, closing in on the end of this first half, and Sporting Wichita have seen things mostly go to plan for them. Minneapolis have not been devoid of chances, but none of their opportunities have beaten a great back line. Here's a great ball in, and that is a fantastic finish. It almost looked like it didn't go in at first. That's unbelievable. Excellent flick on with the head, and it's the second goal. Wichita, right on the stroke of halftime, are going to go 2 up via the header from Gabriel Atienza. One of the many Sao Paulo players on this team has made his mark now. His head coach at both the college and club level has talked about how much improvement he's made, and that's incredible. That's a really athletic finish. Almost breaks his own neck to get to that one. And with the back of the head is able to control it enough to slot it in the bottom corner. You got to give a lot of credit to the service as well. Really nice free kick. I think it came in from Funch, if I'm not mistaken. So a Brazilian feeding another Brazilian for goal number 2, Sporting Wichita, as they have done all season long in the regular season and in their division playoffs, are looking really, really good right now. Now Minneapolis will really have to be careful not to give away a third and let this one run away from them. Atienza, another one of those players who earned himself a D1 move. He's headed to Oral Roberts in the fall. Won't be too far away from Tulsa, where Yuki Sekiguchi will be. That was the first way that Louis Vaz described Atienza, was how much he's improved, how much better he's gotten. Very athletic as well, he says. Very mentally strong player, and uses his head in a different sense to put Wichita up a second goal. First one comes from Fissel from far out. Second one, a really nice headed effort. And the Crows will have to really steel themselves emotionally to try and find a way back. One of the more difficult teams you can imagine having to come back from 2-0 down against, just because it's so hard to score against them, Wichita. Sato. All the way back for Ferreira. Ferreira kept 13 clean sheets in his 2 seasons with Cali. A lot of success with them. All-conference selection just as a freshman a couple of years ago. What a period of passing this is. Excellent passage of play, but that final pass will make it all in vain. Some really nice runs and interlocking passes, though. Hermanson, he goes down, tried to keep the play alive. Well, they just about will, won't they, Minneapolis? Here's a great ball, and Susi. Could he cross it in? He's got some players to aim for. Will he go for it himself? No, he'll lay it off outside of the boot. Mana. Out to the right corner. Played back, will across come in? It will. There are white shirts there. Susi nearly got there. Back post. Noah Hermanson flies it over the bar as we hit 45 minutes. That was a really nice chance. Well done to keep it alive, and this is exactly where you're taught to just kind of hang back and wait for your chance. Hermanson, he's not far away at all. Actually could have stayed down, but it was a little bit wide left as well. So the Crows certainly won't go away. Still creating their chances in the attack. They've got more creating to do, and of course they've got some finishing to do as well. And that's if they're able to keep Wichita off the board again. Referee's checked his watch. Looks like we'll play on for now. Still in the first minute of stoppage time. We did see 2 yellow cards. Quite a few fouls in the 2 goals. Feels like 1 or 2 minutes would be appropriate. And in the end, it's 1. That is the end of half number 1. 45 minutes gone. And Sporting Wichita are halfway there. It's a fantastic first half performance from them. A contribution from the skipper, Tommy Fissel. And then a really nice finish as the half wore on from Gabriel Atienza on the headed effort from the free kick. That's got Sporting Wichita ahead by 2-0. Minneapolis City will keep searching in the second half. So don't go away, and we'll see you in about 15 minutes. Second half is coming up next here on Vader Media via YouTube. See you then. Well, a warm welcome back to all of you to Kansas City, Missouri, the UMKC Soccer Stadium, the home of the UMKC Roos, but today the site of a UPSL National Playoff match, the round of 32 here in the Midwest Division. Danny Katulik joining you guys from Kansas City, Missouri on today's presentation of the UPSL National Playoffs via Vader Media. Again, welcome back. A very interesting first half, intriguing on both sides. Both clubs had their opportunities. We'll see Sporting Wichita, of course, being the team to take advantage of two of them. They had their moments, and this was an absolute beautiful moment. Kind of out of nothing, midway through the first half, about 25 minutes in. That's just a fantastic finish. You can pick it out of the top drawer. And it's Thomas Fissel who's able to knock his team ahead 1-0. That was about midway through things. Both sides by that point had their fair share of opportunities, of periods of play where they looked the better side. And then this, another great individual effort. Sporting Wichita with two really good moments. And as the first half wore on after that first goal about midway through from Fizzle, it really felt like they had taken things into their own hands. They had really controlled the possession, probably something like 70% possession in that second period of the first half. It was really tough to just get them off the ball from a Minneapolis City perspective. And that doesn't mean, of course, that they couldn't find ways to do that in the second half. It's a really talented coaching staff at the helm of the Crows, of course. It's a pretty big coaching staff. You've got five coaches, I should say, just with the Futures program that are here. And then you've got all the coaching staff that are part of this team at the USL League 2 level, which is the first team as well. They've got some work to do, though, if they want to avoid their first loss of the 2023 spring campaign. Both these teams are undefeated. And when you look at Sporting Wichita, they've only conceded 4 goals all year long, positive 44 goal differential. They've been great on both ends, but especially defensively, they're so hard of a unit to break down. Minneapolis City, of course, will have to do so at least twice to keep their season alive here. If they aren't able to do so, then they will go out in the round of 32 for the second straight season. They have made the playoffs every year that they've been in the UPSL. Sporting Wichita, this is their first playoff attempt, although they've been competitive every single year they've been a part of this UPSL league. Neither team has finished anywhere below second, but it looks like, at least in that first half, Minneapolis City were second best. Sporting Wichita would like more of the same in the second half, and I think a third goal would really put them in a comfortable position. A lot of good shape, and they can, of course, go forward and score in bunches. You imagine that we'll see a little bit of that kind of characteristic possession play that we saw as the half wore on, but I'd imagine that'll come later on in the second half like it did in the first. If it's me and I'm at the helm of Sporting Wichita, I would personally be going for a third goal. Minneapolis City are going to get forward and press and try to score either way. You can always give up a goal. If you get a third, that's certainly good insurance. That can help you be a little bit more confident as the rest of this match plays on. Again, the winner of this one will move on to the round of 16, 4 steps away from the finals, and they'll face the winner of Defeaters Kicks SC and Total 90 Football Academy. That's a little bit south of here in the Oklahoma, Texas area of the country. Sporting Wichita on their way here took care of 2 other Wichita clubs, FC Wichita U20, FC Wichita being another USL 2 club. They share that with Minneapolis City's first team. Knocked them out the 4 seed in the semifinals, and then were able to edge past Inter Wichita in a battle between the top 2 in the regular season. They were able to qualify that way. Futures, for their part, from Minneapolis City, they were able to get through their semifinal and final round as well. Everything went chalk in both those divisions. And well, it'll be Minneapolis City with everything to do, but certainly with the talent to do it. Sporting Wichita, for their part, would like to see another half go exactly the same way that it did 45 minutes ago. Both teams about ready to get back on the pitch and get things started again. Minneapolis did kick off in the first half. They moved from right to left, so both those things should switch. Imagine Wichita will be able to kick off in this second half, and it'll be Minneapolis to move from left to right this time. They're on the right of your screen currently. White shirts, black shorts and trim, black numbers, and white socks. Daniel Linder, the goalkeeper, in dark green. For Wichita, their unit in all navy, with the goalkeeper, Rafael Ferreira, wearing neon green, I guess you could say. Maybe it's a yellow. And as we assumed, Minneapolis will switch sides. They're going to defend this second half kickoff. That's something else to keep in mind. They've got defending to do as well. They're down 2 goals, so you've got to put some emphasis on the attack. But if you put too many numbers forward and don't commit to the defensive side of things, Sporting Wichita will absolutely make you pay. They're also one of the top scoring teams in the league. Came 2 or 3 goals off of the team who does hold that honor of the top goal scoring team in the nation in UPSL. That's AS Frenzy. They'll be in action tomorrow, by the way, so if you have a hankering for more UPSL action after this, you don't have to wait long. Tomorrow, Sunday at 7 p.m., we'll have live coverage here on Vader Media again of UPSL action. This time it'll be the round of 16 down in Florida. Should be a compelling one as well, but we've got 45 minutes left here to decide a winner. Sporting Wichita, if things hold, will find their way into the next round. Minneapolis City will not die quietly. We know that about them. Remember how physical they were in half number 1. And you have to think that'll only grow. And so will the excitement. Second half underway. Myself, Danny Catula, with all of you here on today's Vader Media broadcast. And Wichita do possess with that kickoff. We get word of any halftime changes, we'll let you know. We haven't heard of any up until now. And Wichita will just hold on to possession early. A couple of touches to try to intercept for Minneapolis, but nothing more up to now. Arco Verdi will play it back to Rafael Ferreira. And this is what we saw a lot of as the first half wore on. Gabriel Atienza moved out right into the corner. Here's Fontes still with it. Did he get something off here? Still has it. He goes down. Referee will whistle for a free kick, and it's right on the edge of the box. We've only played a minute now of this second half, and already a dangerous chance. Yeah, just that trailing arm, the left arm there of, I think it was Tyler Beaupre. That's going to lead to a free kick, and if there was ever a dangerous position to shoot from on a set piece, this would be it, a little bit right of center. So you've got the angle to try and put it in a corner. It's nice and close, but if it's right on the line, it's almost a bit too close to get it over the wall. This is certainly scoring distance. Couldn't draw it up any better if you're Wichita. And this is that chance for the third goal. We mentioned before this half started that would really create even more separation between these two. Well, for a moment, I think they were going to do that new tactic you tend to see with Carlos Robles. We're going to send you to our satellite screen, so apologies for that. At the moment, you're seeing a satellite that was pre-recorded of the venue today. And we were just about to bring you that set piece opportunity, so unfortunate moment to lose you with the live feed, but we'll be hoping to bring you guys back, of course, to live coverage. And we do have, I want to let you know, people on the ground who can let us know of any updates if a goal does happen to go in or any other important information. We can bring you to it, and of course, you can now see on your screen that we're back to the live feed, so happy to be able to give you that news. Nothing did end up coming of that shot on goal in the end from Sporting Wichita. And of course, that's made obvious by the fact that the scoreline still shows 2-0. Here's a fantastic touch in the meantime. That was brilliant stuff, and still trying to keep his run going for a moment. But it was caught out eventually. That is a substitution. Cesar Solis has come in, wearing the number 11 shirt. And again, just to confirm, no important match events took place. I do have confirmation of that from the venue. So not to worry on that side of things. And again, did just want to finish the thought that left winger Cesar Solis from Cairns, Texas, he is into the match. As of now, not sure who he's replaced. Could have been Sek Kiguchi. Here comes across from the right, played into the center, and Alfie Pope was running in. Wanted to have a go at it on the head, I think. There will be a free kick now after a handball. Then a player goes down after the play for Wichita, but it was already whistled for a handball, so I don't think anything will come of that. There's the hand. Good decision. And then he keeps playing, and just chops down, isn't he? Robles comes in and makes sure that he doesn't go any further. It was Gondo, by the way, who went down and took a beating for it. 50 minutes gone, 2-0 Sporting Wichita ahead of Minneapolis City SC, the Futures program. Looks to be Robles who will get us underway again. This ball sent out wide. And it's picked up by another substitution that we could bring you. Parker Flynn. He's checked in midfield. And not exactly sure who he's replaced as of now. This will be Griffin Price in the meantime. Moves it out wide to the substitute. That's Flynn. And from Houston, Texas. A couple of Texans, one on each side, checking in at halftime. Robles gets his foot in. Couldn't come away with the ball, so at least play it to the center. Moving through midfield, this could be dangerous. And he will be knocked down. That'll be a yellow card, and it should go against Robles that time, the defensive midfielder. Let's see it again. Great job just to shield the play. And it will be a Robles. So he'll get a yellow card. Second player booked for Minneapolis City today. I can also tell you the man on the ball there for a moment is another substitute. So in the end, we know so far that 2 Wichita players have checked in. Lucas Silva Oliveira is the number 8, and then Cesar Solis is the number 11. He's also found his way in the match. Just pass across the center from Gabriel Verona, but it didn't find its target. Bit of a slip up in midfield. And could City counter and take advantage? Moved out left by Susi. It's a great pass, and now this will lead to a dangerous free kick near the box on the left flank, and it should be a yellow card as well. Now you do see it. See who picked that one up, I believe, from first look. It's Gondo. It sure is. Hideto Gondo, you see him, and he just is late on that challenge. He knew he had to either get there or keep the player next to him from getting there, and that was that second option that ended up playing out. So then in the 53rd minute, one of Minneapolis's better chances today. But it's all a matter of whether you can take advantage. Couple of players there. Susi looks like one. But he'll run away. In comes the corner. It's a header towards goal. The shot is saved brilliantly. Another header in. And another great save. A double stop from Rafael Ferreira. Let's see it one more time. In comes this free kick, I should say. Falls beautifully low, honestly, and it's a nice save on the first effort to dive to his right. The second one's just as nice off the header. Two good efforts from Minneapolis City. They're unlucky not to pull one back, but they could try again. Here is a great shot. It's just over the bar. And you see the frustration on his face. It wasn't far away at all, was it? And now Ferreira is going to just take a moment to complain a bit with his defenders, because this is about as poor of a giveaway as there is. Here's the shot. It's really not a bad effort from there, is it? Again, Minneapolis unlucky not to get something more tangible out of that chance. In the meantime, Wichita will continue with this possession style. It's a bit high risk, high reward, because if you lose the ball in that area, very dangerous as to what it means on the other side. But in this case, we'll get forward nicely with it. Thistle will play it back. For a moment it was Tori. He played it wide. Batienza. On the right side, it's Sato. Great ball through. Is Pope onside? He is not. And so Minneapolis City have a free kick to come. Yeah, you see his run, and he will have liked to receive the pass a little bit earlier. But in the end, it's too quick of a run. Now a couple more substitutions to come. We can tell you coming off is central midfielder Leon Tori. And then for Minneapolis City, Carlos Robles, another midfielder, is off. And in fact, make it three midfielders, because defensive midfielder, also a left back, Gabriel Verona, he's off. So some changes in the middle of the park. When we know who's checked in, we will pass that information along to you. Long ball into the air. Someone can touch it down for now. It will be picked up by Minneapolis. It just doesn't quite fall the way they needed it to, and it's cleared away. Down to the right. Flynn, the right back. Some clever dribbling, but it's won back nicely by one of those substitutes. We can tell you that's Mateus Rodriguez, attacking midfielder from Rio Branco in Brazil. Plays in Montgomery, Alabama now with Faulkner. Faulkner, an NAIA school in Dixieland. Atienza. Again with it, Gabriel Atienza. Skips Arco Verde and wants to go through the middle, but it's intercepted easily by Minneapolis City. Can they get forward now? Susi turns. Has a player outside. Great pass to find him. Could the cross come in? It's a shot on goal instead, and it didn't really have the power it needed. Just didn't have the clinical leg. It's a great job by Susi to unlock Colin Byrne, and that is the other change. So the change for Minneapolis City is Byrne comes in for Robles, so a more attacking player in central midfield, replacing a more defensive one. Not quite a like-for-like substitution. And on this left side, that's also Lucas Santos. Santos is the second player to come in. So Santos and Rodriguez are the two to come in. They'll replace Tori and Verona. Those are the two most recent changes for Sporting Wichita. Now in midfield, trying to break and find some joy. Griffin Price has it. He's dispossessed nicely by Solis. Fizzle. Gondo. Got the yellow card most recently for Wichita. Probably another candidate to be replaced just to avoid a 11v10 situation as this match gets closer and closer to an ending that Wichita would like. Here's a long ball into the box, and he will be allowed to run onto it. It's a great layoff, but top of the box, it's cleared away by Parker Flynn. He gets there in the nick of time, and he absolutely had to. That was a shot on goal otherwise, no doubt about it. We'll see another substitution. See if we can get eyes on that one. Yeah, we will. It'll be a Wichita change, it appears. They've made a lot of alterations here early on in the second half. And there's another one. It's one that's understandable. Alfie Pope, the striker, one of the more dangerous players on this pitch at all times, but has had a fairly quiet day. Of course, his teammates have made that to be a little bit easier. But Pope will step off as the lone striker. Not going to do Wichita a whole lot of good as they try to hold on to the lead they have. And replacing him, we'll see Vitor Genomel. Leading scorer for this side. A bit surprising we didn't see him in the starting lineup in the first place. Enormous frame. Genomel can play as a striker or an attacking midfielder. Probably play striker on this occasion to replace Pope, but with that midfield experience, he can get back a bit more and help defend. That's probably the line of thinking. But if that's your defensive safe option, that's a pretty nice situation to have because he's about your best goal scorer you have for Wichita. Genomel is from Wichita, Kansas. Already committed to Clemson, even though he won't graduate high school until next summer in 2024. .6'3", 170. Pretty thin frame, but a really tall one. He was named one of 8 players of the year in high school across the nation by SB Live Soccer. And wanting a foul and getting one in the end after being made to wait a bit was Lucas Santos. Santos should be the left back here. It's the spot he's occupying for now. Here's Cesar Solis. Solis again. Atienza from Arco Verde. Atienza again. Santos. Again, Lucas Santos. Oh, and they've nearly given the ball away there. Arco Verde makes up for his mistake. Plays Solis. Cesar Solis going backwards, and he'll play it all the way backwards to his goalkeeper. Gondona. All the way back on the defensive line from now is Fissel. Santos. Fissel again. Play to the right side, that was Atienza. Gondo. Long ball, nothing happening. It's a bit too long. So less than a half an hour to go past the 60-minute mark, and Minneapolis City still chasing this one. They've had moments of attacking intrigue. Well, certainly the case in the first half as well, but still lacking a goal. Here comes another substitution in the meantime. Off comes the youngster, Griffin Price, the midfielder. He'll check out. And they'll be replaced by maybe Jordan Ross. Trying to confirm that for you in a moment. It would make sense. It's a midfielder coming off for an attacker in Ross. But a free kick to come in the meantime for Wichita. And there's certainly danger in this opportunity. The referee will hold this up for a moment. Just providing some instructions. A little bit too much contact for his liking. Will Wichita find a third? It will not. It's a really nice save by Linder, who comes out and claims it with confidence. He'll release it long and high into the afternoon air. It is wide, though, so it'll bounce directly out of play. Wichita can throw it in from there. We do have confirmation, by the way, Jordan Ross is the player to come in. 5'10", 138 pounds. Rising sophomore at Gustavus Adolphus College. Plays there with a couple of his MPLS Futures teammates. He was one of a few on this roster who played last year with the UPSL team as well. Last spring when they made this stage, the round of 32. Well, they wanted a foul, did Wichita, but they won't get one. Plenty of contact, but fair in the eyes of the referee. Not this time. Jordan Ross will get into trouble with the center official pretty early on. Right after checking in a few moments ago. Comfortable passing. There's always space, it seems, for Wichita. This time they'll run out of it. There's three players challenging the same ball. Somehow it's found its way to a Minneapolis player, and they've been able to clear it. One goes out of play, and it touched Wichita last, so Minneapolis can throw from here again. Oh, and you just see this, the squad of shame, I like to call it, where a player realizes what he's done, and he just kind of falls in disbelief and disappointment in himself. That was Zach Susi. In that moment, that first touch off the throw and just got away from him. Happened to me many a time. Here's Solis, the substitute. Backwards. Back to him. Markovic. Outright. Atienza. A strange bounce that time, but it'll benefit Minneapolis City. This ball played forward, intercepted nicely. Alcaverge. He's still got it. In midfield, he'll play backwards. Gonduna. Up the line. Is there anything doing here? It's well defended at the first time of asking. Will they get a second bite at the cherry? Here's a great ball in, and no one's there to finish it off. But it's a really nice idea, and you know, it doesn't go far away from finding the back of the net itself. Linder was content to watch it go wide, though. Now he'll get it on the short goal kick. Move it out left. High in the air across midfield. And will Susi pick this one up? He will for now. Still got it. He plays it in. It's a beautiful finish. No, he hasn't finished it. It's an excellent pass from Zach Susi, but the substitute Jordan Ross just could not score it. This is excellent play to put the ball in the middle of the park. And somehow, some way, Rafael Ferreira, well, he's taken the worse for wear as a result, but my goodness, he's done an incredible job to save that. Made himself big. He's on the ground at the moment. They'll call the trainers out in this situation. It would be Christian Bignotti, the goalkeeper, to come in and replace Ferreira, if that were to be necessary. We'll see it one more time. It's just kind of a nothing ball to clear it away. Picked up brilliantly. Excellent run, beats a couple of players. That's a great slipped pass, and it's one-on-one. You can't ask for a better chance. Really should have been the 2-1 goal to put City within a goal of tying things up. And again, you see Ferreira on your screen. He is struggling at the moment. He'll get up under his own power, get a couple of sips of water, and given that he's the goalkeeper, he does have the right to stay on the pitch despite the injury. The referee will drop it, allow him to pick it back up. Instead, he'll actually just throw it to a teammate that time. In the middle of that, we must have seen a substitution because now with the captain's armband is Gabriel Atienza. And of course, the captain before was central midfielder Tommy Fissel. Might have come off there during the break. Check on that and let you know if we find anything. And in the meantime, Arcoverce played outright by new captain Atienza. Great ball through. Oh my, that was a rocket of a hit. Not sure what the intent of it was, but it was far and away from any teammates. Nowhere near goal. So a throw-in will come from Minneapolis. Their gifted possession back. And now we start to get to that period of the match where you don't necessarily want to start panicking. It's never a good option, but you do want to be very careful and treat every chance like it's very valuable, because at this stage, of course, it is. Arcoverce has it. I think that will tell us that we have had a change. So Radley Arnold, we can tell you, is a midfielder who's checked in. He's in the center circle right now. And he replaces the captain and the opening goal scorer right now, who's got the game winner, Tommy Fissel. So 5 changes by my count for Wichita up until now. Great ball out wide. Dondo made a run in. But here's a great shot from distance, and it's near post. It's saved nicely by Linder to keep it at 2-0, but that was a really nice chance. Fizzed ball towards goal. Here's Jordan Ross from Minneapolis. Knocked down from behind, and actually they won't get a foul on that. They'll go back to where the referee was trying to play advantage. And we'll go back to a foul there. Here's a change now for Minneapolis City. They've got to make some moves. Down 2 goals, of course. Off the pitch is Jonathan Bayer, central midfielder. Still waiting to see who the player in is. Could very well be Joseph Swallen or Micah Miller. Those would be 2 players who could fill a similar positional role. Wichita will win it back now. They've got a swarm of white players to defend. And they will just about do it somehow. It's peculiar, but it works out. 72nd minute, they can throw it in with Funch. Arcoverce. Santos again. Arnold, the most recent substitute, he gives it away. Bad decision. And could a shot come away? No, it's excellent defending. Wichita just seemed impossible to penetrate. Incredible group effort defensively to make up for what was honestly a terrible back pass and somehow keep from having to pay the price. Arnold made the poor decision on the ball a moment ago. Santos. Arcoverce. Atienza. Little triangle passing between a few defenders. Arnold moves it out right. There is space to run into. Gondo. Up the line. Fonts could not find his target. But they are going to win the ball back off some high pressure. Once again. Oh, he lost it. Excellent defending by City that time. Here come the Crows. Ross moves it out to the left, and it will find its target despite a heavy deflection. What's on here? Great switch of play. Flynn was in the area, but he could not win the ball back. Santos has it. Solis backwards to Arcoverce. Arnold. Santos again.
Lucas Santos will play it forward. Possessed on this left side by Mateus Rodriguez. Santos again. And if Sporting Wichita could draw it up to go a certain way over these last 17 or so minutes before we hit 90, I think it would let it look a lot like this. They're getting forward when they'd like to, but when it's not on, they're just holding on to possession. Minneapolis aren't really creating many counter opportunities. It's exactly what Wichita would have hoped for. Arnold, back where it came from on the throw-in. You'll see it again now. Center of the park, Rodriguez. Here's Santos. He wants to long 20. Whoa! It's just wide, but it's not far away. That was a brilliant effort from that distance, and there was some pace on it as well. Here's Arnold. He kind of set it up. It's a couple of touches. Rodriguez finds the square pass, and Santos will just launch this. Ends up wide in the end, and Linder does well to watch it go that way. Coming off now is going to be Guillermo Fontes. And we'll let you know who replaced him when we can. You can also let you know Zach Susi, the left winger, is off the pitch for Minneapolis City. Those two are gone, so Susi and Fontes, actually both left wingers, funnily enough, are off the pitch in this most recent round of substitutions. Players in, still working on that for you. I'll let you know it's Nick Karam. He's the guy who's coming for Susi on the Minneapolis side of things. He'll play that left midfield role. Still not sure who came in to replace Funch for the boys in dark blue. If you were curious from a moment ago and you mentioned that Jonathan Bayer had checked out of the match, it was Joseph Swallen, we can now tell you, St. Paul native. Plays for the St. Thomas Tommies, D1 player. Only one on this Minneapolis City roster, by the way. He is in midfield to replace Bayer. Well, this could fall really, really kindly for Wichita. Could a shot come of it? It's played out left nicely. Looks to be onside. It is, and it will yield a corner kick. Nicely done in the link-up play between Solis and Hermel. A couple of substitutes looking really, really good for Wichita. The other thing about this Wichita side is their depth is really strong, easy to count on them. That's why you saw so many players, even early on in the second half, make their way in. So a corner to come for Sporting. Could they make it three and really put this away? And it goes. Back post, Linder's there. He's been confident with pretty much every aerial ball that's come his way. Really, he's kept this a little bit more competitive than it could have been for City. Not a long ball high up in the air. This has yielded some good results in the past for Minneapolis City, and now there's two players trying to chase down one, but they just cannot get it away from him. Really nicely defended. Huge challenge. Oh, and that's a rough one. And we'll see a yellow card here pretty quickly. Referee didn't hesitate. And boy, that was a hard challenge. Let's see it again. First of all, it's great maneuvering to kind of escape that pressure. Yeah, that's a rough challenge. Tough to tell from here if he came in with the studs. The player to go down was Silva. Minute 79 in this one. And closer and closer to crunch time. Minneapolis running out of time. on their 2023 spring season. Wichita continued to lead. They continue to possess. So ruthless with their passing. Just feels like the Crows are chasing things. And being down 2 goals, that's really the last thing you want. Solis. Rodriguez sent it backwards to Arco Verde. Solis again. Still Solis. Gets out of a trap, plays it backwards. Arco Verde, who's always there. Always seems to be an option open in space. Every one of these players on this Wichita team understand where they need to be, what role they need to play for this possession game. It fits their style so well. Right side could a cross come in now from here. Well, it was going to, but it's nicely defended. Oh, and a clever, cheeky nutmeg. That'll keep City on the ball for a moment. Well, this will be a handball, I believe, going against Minneapolis City. So that means a free kick is next. Well, that was nearly a giveaway. But it's inch perfect in the end, the pass. And Solis can get forward. He will not beat Parker Flynn, who does a really nice job to win the ball back. Linder's out there, and he clears it away. Headed back into the fray, though. Fight for the ball. It is won by City. Ross, his pass is deflected, tries a second one. Well, and a header goes out from Arco Verde, and the player he was trying to find, Santos, was right next to him, nearly at his hip in the end. He thought he was out by the touchline. Minute 81 then. Minneapolis still searching for a pair of goals that would get them back in this one. But Sporting will just not allow them to find it. Out to the wing. Miguel Rodriguez. Play it backwards. Romel wanted to cross. He's knocked down, and actually he's going to be the one who commits the foul in the end. Linder will be the one to get us back in. Give himself some more real estate first. This long ball is well past midfield. And it'll be a free kick in favor of the Crows. They really like to do something positive with this. They'll play it short. Try to build up slowly. Micah Miller sends it in high in the air and picked up. Higher than everyone else was the goalkeeper's glove. Rafael Ferreira has it. Trying to dribble out of trouble. The Wichita was Silva. But there were too many white shirts in the end. Could a cross come in now from City? It's not the one they wanted. Wichita will try to clear it. Can't quite do it. Still a chance for the Crows. Ross has a go at goal. It's not a bad effort at all. And he's unfortunate not to put that on target. It was a really good look. Wichita will happily let it soar wide. You'll see it here again. Wow, he just tries to craft it into that corner. Good decision from there. Decent execution. Just marginally wide. Arnold. That pass is intercepted, so Lease was the intended target. But he'll win it back, and he will be fouled as well. You imagine he'll take his time getting up. And he will find his feet now. Alcovedge will play it low and quick. Now it's Santos. Lucas Santos. Nice little give and go, and Santos could be in. Has he broken through the defense here? He has, but he just is knocked off the ball enough. Fair challenge, nicely done defensively. Linder picks it up. Ball to the center of the park. There's a foul. Even a handball there. 85th minute now. Just over 5 to play. And by all accounts, the Crows are in trouble. Hourglass is winding down. No cross could come in that time, thanks to the defensive work of Gabriel Atienza. And it's just wizardry on the dribble for Wichita, as it has been all day long. But that forward run will be curtailed by an offside flag. It was offside as well. It seemed like a good decision. But do Minneapolis have anything left in the tank? The first one has to come fairly soon. Oh, and it'll be a foul. Well, very displeased is Hedomel because he knew he was away. There was a little bit of contact, I think, as he started his run. And there was a foul as a result. Linder will send this one long. Could be a direct pass, honestly. It will be. It'll go, well, just a little bit outside the box. And Wichita have it immediately back. Hedomel. He'll go directly for it. Linder was out of his box, but he won't be made to pay. Hedomel slices that one wide, and not by a very close margin. Linder, short. They've really put themselves in a position where it's difficult to hold on to the ball. They put themselves in that corner. Wichita can trap it and win the ball back as they've done now. Hedomel leaves it off. Wants the ball back, but it'll be a shot directly at goal. That one's wide. Never really had much of a chance of finding the net from there. Miguel Rodriguez, not with that effort anyway. Long ball from Linder. Header won immediately back by Wichita. And controlling everything at the moment. Arnold plays it through. Onside this time is Hedomel. Move it out to the corner. Let's stay in play here. It will. Physical play to keep it in. Will they just go to the corner? No, they'll pass out of it. Play into the middle. Hedomel turns. Flynn gets a touch to it, but still in the area. It's beating the keeper, but Flynn gets back. He's been everywhere just now. And he will clear it out for a corner kick. Still isn't ideal for Minneapolis. Losing time this way. But of course, the worst thing is to give away a third goal. That would certainly do it. It already looks weak enough. Short corner. And this could be a chance. It should be the third one. No, it is offside. It won't count. Flag did go up away from your screen. 88th minute. Minneapolis 0, Sporting Wichita 2. It's looking ever more likely, but certainly not over. Crows will keep pushing. And these are some good passes. Could a goal come from this? Pass into the center. Oh, it's whiffed at. Didn't even get contact on it that time. Did Nick Karam. And here come Wichita. They'd like to break. Not a whole lot defensively back for for Minneapolis. Oh, and this is a hard challenge. It will be a free kick. Flynn is going to be the next player to go into the book. Maybe makes a meal of it as well. We'll see exactly how much. Yeah, well, that was a pretty powerful challenge from Flynn. It did look every bit as painful as Mateus Rodriguez made it seem. They wanted to get back and play quickly, did Wichita, but the referee bringing them back to move the positioning also suits them. Video feed as soon as we possibly can. And again, just like last time, if there is any update to bring you, anything new on the score line or otherwise, we'll make sure you know about it. And so we can't tell you nothing new has developed, but we do have, as you can see,
A slight knock to Gabriel Atienza.
we're past 90 minutes now. Rafael Ferreira will be the one. Well, you would imagine, maybe not. Actually, they'll
Put him off of it. Looks like it's going to be center back Arco Verde to take it instead. Atienza returns to his center back post as well. Arco Verde long. Nice hold up play. And still on the ball. This is beautiful from Romeo. He tried to pass through and you saw the idea, but it's intercepted well. Working on winning it back is Silva. He couldn't do it. It'll be a foul and a free kick going the way of Minneapolis City. Joseph Swallen was the one who won that free kick. Into the 92nd minute. Second minute of stoppage time. Minneapolis needs 2 goals. They need something miracle-like. And it comes into the box. It's a good service. Headed out. Long effort from Flynn. Puts it back into the mixer. And the header does go goalwards, but that's all that can be said of the head from Carter Hermanson. And a 92, Ferreira. Short goal kick. Played out to the corner. Santos. Rodriguez. Out to Santos. Rodriguez again. Still with it. Maneuvering through midfield. They'll lay it off. Long ball through. This is going to pick up Solis really nicely. He is beaten. Excellent defending. I mean, he was in with a shot on goal, but Micah Miller just snatched it from behind him. Excellent defensive move. And that'll keep it at 2-0. So it's not completely over for the Crows quite yet. Interception this time. Nicely done. And the defending again from Wichita is superb. Santos. Plays Arnold. Out to the left, Solis. Can he beat his marker this time? Again, the answer is no. Really nice defending on that right side to frustrate Solis. Cleared away for now. And that one is way too long. Oh, but a bad error. And is he giving it away now? He has, and there's a player in the middle. Can they find him? Oh, it's a great move, and the goal is in. Is there still a chance? But is the goal going to count? There are frustrated looks from Minneapolis players. Are they going to take this off? What's happened here?
Well, the celebration was cut short. Have they set offside? Looks like the assistant referee is flagged for something. What has happened here? No, they are going to count the goal in the end. I'm not really sure what all that was about. Oh, I see. That's what it was. So they've decided that it was offside. It would have been offside had there not been a touch. So Ferreira has gotten a touch to that. He's tried to clear it. And because of that, it's not offside. Unbelievable scenes. Still down a goal. Minneapolis still need a half miracle. But that's the first half that they needed. It's 2-1, and all of a sudden, you just wonder, could this result change on its head? We're in the 5th minute now of stoppage, but we did have quite a delay with the potential offside debacle. Just wonder how much more time is left in this one. This will be a free kick the way of Minneapolis City, and they know they've got to act quickly. They're going to let Linder come up and take this. Every white shirt will get forward for this, understandably so. Almost 95 minutes gone in this one, and up until about a minute ago, it was all Wichita. Here comes into the box, so many players there. Headed away for now. And that is it. A very eventful way to finish. Minneapolis City gave themselves a quick lifeline, but in the end, it feels a very deserved result that Sporting Wichita will go through. 2-1 is the final result. We can go ahead and take you through a look at how we got to that 2-1 scoreline. Sporting Wichita were in control. This is the first goal. This one headed away, and you just think that the Crows have cleared this chance, but really nice pressure all day long from Wichita. It's resulted in chances like this, and this is just a moment of absolute brilliance. Nice job by the referee to play advantage as well. And the captain, first club signing in history, Tommy Fissel, he knocks that one in to make it 1-0. That's about the 23-minute mark. And the second one comes in on a fantastic finish on the head. Guilherme Fontes is able to put it in nicely, and an excellent back-of-the-head finish. Really creative and clinical from Gabriel Atienza. That makes it 2-1, or 2-0, I should say. And then here's the 2-1 goal. Just a long ball, and somehow completely whiffed on, but touched just a little bit by the goalkeeper Ferreira, and that keeps it onside. Nice little cutback action, and the goal goes in. It wasn't enough. Too late and too little for Minneapolis City. So Sporting Wichita goes through. As you see, they'll get the winner in the round of 16 of either Total 90 Football Academy or D Feeders Kicks SC. That match coming for you in a couple of hours later on tonight. You can follow how that one finishes and every other match in the UPSL National Playoffs on upsl.com. It was on the bottom of your screen as well. Well, that's all for us. My name's Danny Catula saying thanks for being with us again. 2-1 the final score. Sporting Wichita out of the Midwest South. They are moving on, and they will see the round of 16 for the first time in their club history. Thanks so much for being with us. For everyone here at Vader Media who makes these broadcasts possible, once again, my name's Danny Catula saying thanks for being with us today. We hope you've enjoyed today's broadcast. Have a great rest of your nights, and be blessed.